Oh my god, is it PK? Yeah, there's a PK. Oh my god, okay. Let's go south. I don't know what I can do. I have lobsters and barely any magic defense. Just gotta make our way south. Come on, log out. Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you so much to today's amazing Patreon sponsor, SNS. Hello everyone, my name is AndrewAJT and welcome back to part 8 of Trailblazer. Today we are going to be unlocking the wilderness area, which is very exciting. There's so much we can do there, so I've been really looking forward to this episode. I've been doing a lot of tasks in Trailblazer, which wasn't something I was really focusing on previously. I was more focused on skills and Slayer and things like that. Whereas this time I've actually been doing just a lot of tasks. I've been going through the list on the in-game interface and on the wiki and trying to complete a lot of the easy ones just because those are so quick, and also do as many of the other difficulty ones as I can. And so here is the wilderness, and not only am I going to be doing league tasks, but I'm also doing Achievement Diary tasks. Specifically this time, I'm going to be doing the easy and medium wilderness diaries because they unlock a lot of good rewards, and also it's a league task to complete them. I tried completing a hard clue scroll, which I had in the bank, which has a wilderness step, and the Zamorak wizard glitch is still happening for some reason, but I was not able to complete this clue because the next step was in the desert area. However, I was able to unlock my next relic, and I chose Unnatural Selection. This allows you to pick your Slayer task. It also allows you to get 12x XP instead of 8. You also get a 100% chance of getting a clue scroll every time from superior Slayer monsters, which I don't have unlocked yet, but that will be very useful. I don't think the other relic is any good, the clue one, because you can get so many clues with this relic anyway. Maybe it would be useful, but I'm happy with my choice. Here's a Lava Dragon KO, which is a task itself, and also the Rune Fullhelm is a nice upgrade. I kind of wish they would have thought of a different name for league tasks, because there's also Achievement Diary tasks and Slayer tasks, and it can get confusing when trying to talk about all three of them. Maybe they could have called it like achievements or accomplishments or something. Maybe that's something they could change in the next league. I won't show all of them, but I did complete a lot of league tasks in the wilderness, and I got a lot of points from it. I put this lamp towards farming, and also the subsequent one from the medium diary. I wasn't sure where to put it, so I figured farming is a good one because I found it rather slow to train previously. Prayer is where I would have put it in the past. However, there's going to be a really good way to train prayer later on in this episode, so there's really no need to put it towards prayer. The wilderness doesn't really have many quests, but the good thing about it is it has the third most points available out of any area, and it's only just behind Kandarin with 10,000 points, whereas Kandarin has 10,050. Mauritania has by far the most at 10,520. That Chaos Fanatic kill took forever. I really didn't think it would be that bad, but his defense is way higher than I anticipated. When I fought him for the pet in the main game, I used a blowpipe and a cannon, and it was very fast, but the U shortbow was just so inaccurate. There's the medium diary completed, which will give me the wilderness sword too, and also some more free XP. I think it definitely did help that I focused so much on skilling for most of the previous episodes, because it makes it much easier to complete all these tasks because I do have the level for most of them. So here I'm going to train prayer, which is very useful, and it makes training combat a lot more AFK, because at a higher prayer level I can just kind of AFK with pray melee and then teleport back to the RD monastery and get my prayer back, and if the prayer level is higher, then I'm just not going to need to restore it as often. And the XP with green dragons and dragon bones on the chaos altar was so good. I was getting a level like every few dragon bones to start out with, which is really going to be key. And as I mentioned previously, having a higher prayer level means that you get more points per dose of prayer potion, so that'll actually make the fight caves easier. One downside of the wilderness is you can't teleport above 30, so that actually kind of nerfs the last recall relic because you can't always restore your prayer or access the bank immediately. But one thing that does help with this is the looting bag. It kind of acts as a semi-bank to store things in. So for example, when I was fighting the green dragons, I could put all the other drops like Addy Ore and Green Dragon Hide into the looting bag, and then maximize the amount of dragon bones I can fit into my inventory which is really convenient. This Fire Giant's task was made so much nicer with all the prayer gear I got in the previous episode, in addition to the new higher prayer level I just got now. And there's my Rune Scimitar drop, so that's really nice to finally get one of those, even though I have no use for it other than alching it at this point. So our next task, I was able to actually choose myself because of the new relic, and of course I picked Revenants, and the first thing to do was to get a bracelet because these guys are much harder to fight without one. Thankfully it's pretty common, so I picked one up here, and I had plenty of ether to charge it with. So the great thing about Revenants is they are a super good place to earn GP, especially as an Iron Man. Even this bracelet alks for like 40k, and we're going to get multiple of them, so those in addition to the other drops is going to give me as much GP as I need. There's also other useful drops such as Law Runes and Super Restores, which are otherwise difficult to find as an Iron Man. This was a fun experience for me because I've never really fought Revenants very often in the main game. I've just never really seen the point because they don't have a pet drop, but in Trailblazer, our goals are so different that they end up being just incredibly useful. The only downside is they're very far apart from each other, so you have to do a lot of running around just to fight them, unlike how they used to be where they would be pretty much all in one place. They do heal themselves, which is kind of a double-edged sword because it takes longer to fight them. However, it makes it better for combat training because of all that HP. As you can see in my inventory, we got so many good alchable drops and also manta rays, which are going to be useful for the fight caves. I decided to do another Tazar's task because I figured it would be much easier this time with the prayer, and it was decent. I got 80 strength here, and I also got 80 attack shortly after. I was really hoping to get some more Tazar equipment for the points from equipping them, but the only major drop from this task was another Tazar dagger, which I already had, so maybe we'll have to come back here in the future. It's not a bad task. I didn't manage to get a rune plate body drop, but I was able to buy one from OSRS, and this also gives me a new task completed and also just makes the armor set look a lot better. No more rune chain or rune medhelm. We have a fairly respectable set of rune armor now, thankfully, and there's even more upgrades we can get. Because of the Wilderness unlock and also the plus 12 Slayer boost, we actually have access to numerous good upgrades potentially. We can go get God Capes, and also the Spiritual Mages in the Wildy God Wars dungeon drop Dragon Boots. And also, because I'm 73 Slayer, my boosted Slayer level is just high enough to fight Abyssal Demons in the Abyssal area, which is pretty annoying because there's a lot of other monsters in here that are aggressive and make fighting Abyssal Demons a lot slower, but we are going to try for this whip drop. I do have some more footage to show, but I think I'll save it for next week because we already got a lot done in this episode. We have a new area, a new relic. We really improved our stats, especially our combat stats, so I'm really happy with the progress this episode, and it was really exciting just doing all these fun things in the wilderness. It was probably some of the most fun I've had playing Trailblazer so far, and it makes me a little sad that it's going to end on January 6th, but there's still time to get a lot done. I'm not sure if next week is going to be the last episode. Probably not. Probably the week after when Trailblazer has already ended, because the next video will be a day before it ends, and I'll probably still play it right until the end, so I might have a little bit more to show the following week, and maybe I can just kind of recap things as well. But that'll do it for this episode, so if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I typically upload every Tuesday. You can join my clan chat in-game up on screen and my Discord server down below. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram down below. And if you would like to support the channel even further, you can check out my Patreon page in the end screen. Happy holidays to all, and I'll see you all next week.